Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
This all happened years ago. Dad and I go elk hunting in mid-December. It's cold. It's dark most of the time. We're camping on a frozen swamp because it's the only flat thing around for miles, and the elk are somewhere in this damn canyon. No elk sign this trip, very unusual for the area. Canyon is probably a mile wide at the mouth. We're camped below a moraine to hide from the elk up canyon. Was third evening, just back from the hunt, been on a diet of jerky and M&Ms since civilization. Nature finally calls. It's Tuesday. Tuesday movements are always the worst. Take rifle, binoculars, shovel, wet wipes. 270 Winchester, Model 70 Winchester, classic FUD rifle. Hike up an over snowy hill of loose rocks. Find a nice boulder and use it to brace myself. Off to the southeast I see a moving thing, wrong color for elk. Finish my business quickly so I can get binoculars on it. It's not moving fast, so finding it with binos after wiping is easy. Thing looks weird, wolf-like, but built wrong for anything canine, bluish black in color against white snow. It has this weird gait, running on 2 then trotting on 4, like neither is really comfortable. The sun is almost gone, so no direct light. The sun is below the horizon and moving north. I can see light from another camp reflecting off the mountainside. Thing heads that way, right against the edge of the canyon. Next day up before dawn. Fed, scrubbed, shot of whiskey to thaw out my toes, planning morning hunt. Mentioned thing I saw last night.
It was probably just a little snow blindness, anon. Wear your sunglasses more.
Hear truck coming, so I put my rifle in the truck and walk out to the road to see who it is. Have my tag ready in my pocket in case it's the ranger. A pickup with a horse trailer comes down the road from the direction of the camp I saw last night. They slow up and wave me over. 3 guys crammed in front seat, barely dressed, boots and jackets. All of them look right freaked out, one visibly shaking. Turns out something attacked their horses last night. They say they got packed as fast as they could this morning. Recommend we do the same and get while the getting's good. Dad is now arriving from the tent. He tells them to piss off, we're going to get an elk or be damned trying. Guys say it's our hide and pull away. Blood on back of horse trailer. Tent fabric sticking out of gate, tent poles sticking out top of the gate, obviously rushed. We make the morning hunt a couple miles up the canyon, still nothing, cut no tracks. Lunch in the truck, around noon and plan afternoon hunt. Decide to check now vacant canyon next door. Pull into now empty camp. Normal, fire ring, normal tent patch. Blood trails on the ground. Lots of drag marks to where the horse trailer would have been parked. Go down to creek though the trees. WTF.jpg. Blood and bits of hair everywhere. Ground is chewed up like horses panicked. 3 half-eaten horse carcasses. Rump meat and innards missing. Drag marks and blood obviously from saddles, blankets being moved. Only smell is horse. Dad and I are both unnerved. I go to truck. Dad circles camp to try and cut tracks. I tried both phones for signal, let the ranger know about horse carcasses. No cell service.
Anon.
Grab rifle and go see what's up. Dad has a weird looking track, used once each direction. Powdery snow kicked into tracks, headed out of the canyon towards ours. Discuss options. I start following track, take walkie-talkie. Dad takes truck out to road. Yep, track goes right where I saw the thing last night. Bushwhack back to the road, about 1 mile. I should mention, this is sagebrush and pine trees country. Not going to go on evening hunt, too curious, no elk we've seen either. Follow the road up our canyon, keeping track of tracks with binoculars. It skirts the edge of the canyon floor for a few miles, then takes off up the side. Road sign and map say there's an old mine up there. Can't drive up the road, snow is too deep. We hike out across the floor a ways and look back at the hillside. Golden hour makes scoping the track easy, goes right up to the top. There's a structure we can just see the top of from where we are, track goes almost directly to it. Hoof it back to the truck in failing light, and get back to camp. We heat up dinner fast and go up the moraine to keep an eye out in the last bit of light. Rifles are now kept loaded, worried about bear. Little later tonight, but thing comes back down the track it made before, same walk, trot. Much discussion about what it is. Decide it must be a mountain lion. Go to bed, but neither of us really sleep. Next day we got up late since we didn't sleep. First thing we do is hike out to the track from camp. We were never going to just follow our track back to our camp. More use makes track easier to see. Track looks long, but curiosity fades. Drive as far up canyon as we can, lots of hiking trying to cut elk sign. About an hour before sundown we see a herd of elk. Hoof it across the mile flat and sneak up on them from a ditch. Beautiful bull right up close, 60 to 75 yards. My face when cow tags. Dad takes the shot because 7mm mag. Work ensues. Finally get back to camp, almost midnight. Tent is knocked over and this thing is standing right in the middle of camp, stuff scattered everywhere. We have the headlights right on it. This thing is extremely ugly. Long canine snout, yellow teeth. Short spine, way too short for a wolf. With back legs and front legs straight, its back is at a 45-degree angle. We audibly shit ourselves. I come to my senses first, not going to have any of this weird shit on my hunt. I jump out of the truck and start shooting. Thing tears off into the dark. I know I hit it twice out of 5, Dad swears it was 3. Examine camp, everything ruined. Tracks are longer than anything I've seen, like a super elongated wolf track, 6 inches wide, 12 long with long, almost finger-like toe impressions. Throw everything in the back of the truck. Not a care was given, right on top of bloody elk carcass. The whole time we were packing we had rifles. Saw eyes in the dark a few times. We were packed and back in the truck in a half hour. Drive out to the highway was tense and quiet, we both checked the mirrors regularly. Went back in the summer to check out the mine, one had been living there. There were numerous recent bones, modern plates, blankets, and a camp stove a few yards into the mine. Checked in with the ranger too. Guys with the horses let him know, but he never found the carcasses.
Here's my story. I was 16 at the time, so no gun, just a knife and doggo. First off, a bit of background. Liked running early morning and late night because cooler and it was quieter. Had been doing this in the same woods near where I live for years, so I knew them like the back of my hand. Got so used to them I never bothered with a torch, just relied on memory, my doggo, and the bit of night vision I had. Always brought a knife or a ice pick with me just in case, and wore a backpack with weights. Anyway, middle of winter night about 12-ish in pitch black. Happily running through woods with doggo singing to myself. Hear running behind me. Strange, since I know no one else goes running this late. Stop. They stop too. Continue on, a bit spooked, thinking it must have been in my head. Hear footsteps again. Keep going, but regularly changing speed. They copy. Starting to worry about the doggo and what will happen to her if anything happens to me. She's loyal, but a collie ain't a fighting dog. Do a long loop to check for sure if I'm being followed. I am. They are picking up the pace. I can't outrun this. Dog is now limping due to an accident when she was younger. What plays up? Decide to try something. Pull out knife. Race it to chest. Decide nothing is stopping, close to 190 pounds, sprinting at them. Suddenly turn 180 and sprint at the lurker. Shout something random. I have never seen anything turn and run off so fast. Got home as fast as I could. I still go running there sometimes, but never without something on me.
I have a little story, probably not interesting, but a bump is a bump. I am 17. Live practically in the middle of nowhere. Go out on a night walk because why not? Bring a CO2 revolver because underage. Check the watch after walking a while. Just hit the witching hour. Giggle to myself about oh so spooky. Suddenly get the feeling I'm being watched. Hairs stand up on arms. Turn around slowly. See the silhouette of an old man about 10 meters off. Lots of silver alerts around here, so probably just some guy with Alzheimer's or dementia that wandered off. Either staring directly at me or the other direction, can't tell, it's too dark to see. He's completely still. I want to just run away, but I can't leave this poor bastard out here if he is just mentally ill. Grab C02 gun and put it behind my back. It's not killing anybody, but it looks like an old man. I'm sure it'll hurt him up if I aim for the face. Feel bad for even considering hurting an old man, but you can never be too sure with dementia. Hello, sir? He does a 180. Looks like he's staring directly at me, but can't see his face. Sir, are you okay? What are you doing way out here? He turns and starts walking down a little hill. Hey! Start jogging slowly towards him. Get out the flashlight. Look downhill. Nothing. Crouch down and check the ground. No footprints of any kind. My face when my brain working a mile a minute trying to find an answer other than ghost. briskly make my way home jumping at every noise.
Unlike most of the made-up supernatural stories in this thread, I have one that actually happened. It isn't as spoopy obviously, but still kinda creepy. Me, the gun nut in my group of friends. Me and 4 of my friends decided to go camping. 2 of my buddies and their girlfriends. Mine doesn't like camping, so she didn't come. Middle of nowhere, Alaska. This was a 3-week camping trip. They asked me to bring my rifle just in case a bear rushes us or something. I'm originally from rural Michigan and am a bit of a mountain man, so I'm the guide. 4th day in. As we're hiking, hear brush noise behind us, figure it's a moose or bear, so I stay at the back just in case it makes any move. 6th day in, more of the same. Night of the 7th day. We're drinking around the campfire, having fun. About 2 a.m. Fire is almost dead, 2 of them are in their tent humping. My other friend and his girlfriend are falling asleep near the fire. Only I am awake, drinking vodka and stoking the coals. Huge noise. Can't even really describe it. It wasn't a noise like a call or something. It sounded like something hitting, like a giant rock falling onto a pile of scrap iron with a scraping noise. Everyone jolts up awake.
OMG Anon, go check it out.
Trying to be a hot shot, so I do. Walk around for about 20 minutes, nothing, head back. We all forget about it and go to sleep. 10th day, more daytime noises. 11th day, walking down the side of a hill, watch a tree fall about a quarter mile away. Decide to avoid the area. That night, we hear the noise again. Decide to go back home and end the trip early, but we're about a 4-day hike back. Hear more noises during the day. I decide that some Alaskan hicks are messing with us, yell out to them to fucking knock it off. 2 nights later, almost back to where our vehicles are. We're all in our tents, mine is very thick canvas. Hear the same loud crashing noise that wakes us up. I grabbed my tiger, maybe I was stalker larping a bit. Hear a blood-curdling scream like a pig. I run out into the woods near where it was. See vague animal-shaped figure, fire at it about 3 times. Nothing else happens. Go looking the next morning while everyone is packing up and getting ready to bug out. No blood, didn't seem to hit shit. But I did find a patch of mud by an old rusted-out truck. Footprints, but not from shoes. Like footprints from someone walking barefoot in a pile of vomit, along with some other animal tracks that look like hoofs. Go back and we hike for almost 2 days straight back to our cars. So from what I gather, some bored Alaskan mountain men decided to screw with the southern yokels up to camp or something. Maybe we were accidentally on their land. I don't know, but I'm guessing they brought a pig to make noise, banged around and made loud noises, and then on that final night got really drunk and escalated things a bit too much, and then left when they realized we were really spooked and I was going to shoot them.
Have some OC. Be a sentry at Camp Pendleton in 2015. Doing patrols at 2 in the morning. Stop by the old hospital that the Marine Corps hasn't gotten around to tearing down. It's creepy as shit, even during the day. We take new guys there to scare them. Nighttime makes it 10 times worse, but it's just an old building. Walk around the outside making sure it's all locked up. Notice one of the chains is missing from the doors. It's open. Oh shit. Avi. Radio in the doors open. Get told that military police will come by in 30 minutes or so. We've got 4 guys, definitely not enough to clear this place. But a little look around wouldn't hurt. It's too hard to explain with Greentext, so we go inside and it's quiet. Dead silent. It's an abandoned building, so that's to be expected. We leave the lobby and start wandering around in a shitty column, M16S at the alert. I noticed a window had been shattered, so we went over to check it out. It had been shattered from the inside. You could feel everyone get more nervous when we saw that. The window had been fine. Won my last patrol here less than 24 hours ago. We get back in a column and continue on. We walk into the main lobby where all of the elevators are, and as we do, one of them opens up. No one's supposed to have been in this place for 3 years. My new guy just straight bolts outside after that, which pisses me off. I kept pushing on with my one other guy. I don't remember how, but we figured that the trespasser had to be in the basement. We go down there begrudgingly. The power is out down here, so we use our flashlights. There's a faint alarm going off towards the storage area, so we head there. Inside the storage area there's a series of rooms with nothing in them and no doors. We pass the first one, all clear. The second is the same. When we get to the third I freeze up. There's a bunch of chairs arranged around a circular point in the room. Not only that, I feel like I just shouldn't be there. It's hard to explain, but my brain was screaming at me to run away right then and there. And I would have too, except my buddy tells me that he hears something. I listen for a few seconds and hear someone talking. It's coming from up a ladder that leads to the AC units. We've come this far, might as well keep going. I go up first with a white-knuckled grip on my rifle. The AC units are close enough together that we have to shimmy through them. I look down the corridor with my flashlight before going through. The voice was getting stronger, like it's just on the other side of these things. I raise my flashlight up again and almost piss myself. There's a man in a white t-shirt and jeans talking with someone at the other end. I yell out, "Show me your hands," as loud as I can. And he doesn't do a damn thing. Just keeps talking casually to whomever before he turns around and walks out of view behind the AC unit. I quickly shoved myself through the crack to get this guy. But when I got to the other side, no one was there. Not the man in white, not whoever he was talking to. No one. Me and my buddy tactically noped out of there and ran back outside. The military police showed up soon after and checked the inside. I told them I thought I had seen movement in the basement through a window, so they'd check down there. They told me they didn't find anything, no alarms going off, no circles of chairs, nothing. I haven't told anyone about it to this day, and I have no idea what I saw down there. I avoided that hospital as much as I could after that.
UK, small game hunting out in West Country with my air rifle, Air Arms TX 200HC. Spend the day strolling through the great British countryside, slotting the occasional woody. Set up small camp in a clearing, start a fire, have some Heinz beans, some tea, usual Brit-bong stuff. Gun has a night sight setup, mainly for slotting rats on farms, but good for a bit of nighttime nature watching. Might even see a deer, how exciting. Finish up some rich tea biscuits, have a little scan in the woods with the night sight, but now's about. Generally quiet, but not super spoopy, no sound. There's still the rustling and insect noise. Suddenly in the distance I hear a thump. Is that a drum? Staring into the darkness for a minute or two and I hear it again. Definitely a drum. Who is way out here banging a drum? Sling rifle, stuff pellet tin in pocket and make my way in the direction of the noise. 20 minutes of walking, correcting my direction and random drumming. Later I find myself on the edge of a clearing, overlooking a natural valley. It's over Anakin. I have the high ground.png. Crouch down by the trees and let my eyes adjust. In the little valley is a big fire, about 7 people that look like Jedi cosplayers and 2 people wearing huge masks. And yes, a big drum. Sit for a good 5 minutes taking this all in. The 2 in the masks are dancing around the fire and the others are just watching, in total silence. This goes on for a few minutes and is only interrupted by one of the group hitting the drum. Suddenly my eye catches a large pile of logs, stacked in a way to make a flat surface, covered in either blood or a load of strawberry ice cream sauce. No sign of animal carcasses that I can see. Mild amusement is slowly turning into nope.exe. Half of me thinks edgy cosplayer hippies and the other half thinks druidic death cult. Decide to grab a pic, pull out iPhone. Taking it out of my pocket has given it the opportunity to get some signal. Only a bar, but it's enough. Ding 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 ding. Domino's feed 4 for £5 to stop. Text stop to 12,345. Phone was on loud. Look up, 9 people looking in my direction. People talk about a fight or flight reflex. Well, today call me British Airways because it's fuck this o'clock. In the same instant, the 9 cultists bucket towards me like Usain Bolt. I respond in kind and tear some serious arse back towards my camp. Mind is racing with all the ways I'm going to go berserk at Domino's UK. I can see my camp. Push my body to its limit to put some distance between Obi-Wan and pals. Run past my camp, into the trees on the other side, throw myself into a little dugout. Rifle off shoulder, load a round, flick on the night sight and wait. They stumble into the camp and start looking around, all of them holding big knives. And before get a life bin that knife. Screw up my tent, start to spread out. 2 of them walking straight towards me. Put crosshairs right over what is roughly his crotch, reasoning that I might get a lucky hit on the ball sack and that'll have one less of them chasing me. Take up slack on trigger. Literally 20 yards away. Heart is racing and I'm scared shitless. Suddenly one of the ones in the camp shouts that I'm gone and basically, let's go. Stay in that dugout until sunup, drum going all night. Grab essentials from camp and half run half jog all the way back to the car. I swear to God, everyone west of Reading is either dating their sister or in a cult.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more green texts will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.
Remember to check out the Odyssey page in the description for a second archive of the channel's videos.